difficulties, had to make a couple changes, but we're back. So, okay.
All right.
So,
Hopefully, went live.
did you
But
get the
anyway,
notes, Kiki? I meant to ask you. Did you get the notes on your phone?
Yes, I have them right pulled up. I'm ready.
Okay.
all
So
right.
you can introduce yourself because we did already do some introductions. We might need to go back and redo the introductions again if you want.
Gotcha.
Do the say your name, your RV style, and one thing that makes you feel at home. That way we're back on schedule.
Okay,
Okay,
let's do
perfect.
that. Let's do that.
Okay, I am Kiki. I am with Rollin Solo RV, primarily on Instagram. I'm gonna get better with going to other platforms, but my travel style is I'm a traveling electrician. Sorry for this is what I wear to work, so sorry about that. I have no rhyme or reason. Me traveling, I kind of go where the money goes, or if I want to go see a place. And my tagline is unplugging from the ordinary.
Love it.
Okay. Who wants to go next? I can go next. Yeah, let's do that.
It sounds like my microphones are not.
It like briefly paused, but then okay now like in and out. Oh no, I'll go next. I'm Cece or Camp Couture. My brand is advertising camping experience. I'm a solo traveler plus Merlot. Basically, my brand is showing that you can have a 9 to 5, living your daily life, all the activities and things outdoors, but just to live in an RV and to show people that this is an We can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Amber.
She's got all the gadgets over there. She got the microphone, the meta glasses, the phone,
They're all competing.
Technology is fighting each other. So we want to be the star. We want to be.
Can you hear me?
Yes, there you go.
I'm Amber. I'm with the Veteran Nomads. My husband and I, a full-time RV. We are empty nesters. And we travel the country. We were work camping and gate guarding, but now we are starting our own mobile RV repair and inspection business. We just got certified.
Congrats.
So yes, so that's our journey. You're muted.
Hello, guys. My name is Deirdre. I'm a full-time RV mom. I am with Stained Glass Retreat. The one thing that makes my RV feel like home is that I'm having on land. Originally from I still call it the country, but the city of Atlanta, born and raised. Just wanted a more peaceful, slow life down a little bit. And my future goals here on the land is to build a glamp retreat on there. So with my RV now being on the land, it definitely feels like home, and I'm not spending as much money at the RV parts. But I did miss like the comforts that I had there. But we're here now, and we're getting ready to start building that glamp retreat lifestyle. And I'm excited to be here with Rollin With My Sistas.
Yes. We have our fifth sister, which y'all all know, the Wells family _for life. They're having some technical difficulty with just the signal. They are doing big things. So if you're not already following them, make sure you are, in addition to everybody here. And then following our overall page, Rollin With My Sistas. Today's going to be fun. We haven't been in maybe a month or so. So we're going to have some fun today. We're going to talk about our summer plans, some campground etiquettes, what home means when your home has wheels. And then we're going to play some games, Would You Rather, RV edition, and a little RV trivia to see where y'all head is at and what y'all think, which I'm very curious to hear. I know we've all probably got before. How do you shower? So I'm curious to see what RV trivia that we have for each other. So you've met us all. Again, names are on the screen. Make sure you follow all of us and we're gonna get started.
Yeah.
Who's taking
Okay.
next?
Um, I can. All right, I can do the. So let me pull it back up. So we're going to talk about summer plans, and I know I hear I have to deal with static. I don't know what it is. What is that from? All right, so I'm gonna talk about summer plans. Summer for everybody always means plans, travel, family time, get-togethers, that type of stuff. So although this is going to be our last live for the summer, so that we can all enjoy time with friends and family, um, we are also want to share. We also want to share some of our summer plans to kind of see if we're all going to maybe cross paths or not, and hopefully get a chance to meet up with each other. I'll go first. So our summer plans start off. We're launching our mobile RV repair business, and we're going to kind of be up in the Midwest, like the middle Midwest, like Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, from July. No, excuse me, from basically June to August. We're actually going to go to Wisconsin in July for the world's largest air show. We're actually linking up with Megawatt, and we're going to actually mooch dock off of him. He's going to let us plug in our RV to him, and we're going to do that. Um, and we're just going to focus on growing our business and try real life RV without like real life, like traveling full time RV without having a work camping contracts. Like normally we go from like contract to contract. Here we literally had to sit down and figure out what parks we want to stay at. So we actually signed up for. We're going to give Thousand Trails a go and see how we like it. Can't beat. Basically, you pay. I think we pay like 123 a month, and then you pay flat rate, and you can stay in the park for 21 days. You can park hop from 20. You go from one park to another, so it's like 120 something dollars a month, and you can stay in the Thousand Trails network parks. Pretty much, that's the rate. And so we're gonna see how that goes out. Because right now our goal was to stay on military bases, but right now we're with things going on. Don't want to get into that details, but think it's just a little bit difficult right now. So we're just gonna wait until things die down, and then we're gonna figure out where we're gonna go after August. But that's our summer plans.
I can go next.
Huh? Okay.
Well, got a little monkey wrench. I did make a decision to go ahead and just with what I have. I had the plan of not necessarily setting the date for when I wanted to open the campsite because there's a lot of work that has to be done. But I just had to realize that everything cannot be done in one day or 1 week or 1 month. And so I just was like, let me just start with where I'm at. And I have a couple of people that I, network with on TikTok, and they were like, well, what's the date? Like, can we come camping? Can we have the first camp out? I was like, yeah, but when is the first day? So we ended up setting it for June 19th, which is Juneteenth, and it's Freedom Friday. But as I was starting the process of getting ready to start cleaning out my sugar shack and getting things together, my back just was like, wait a minute, hold up. So I'm trying to push through and make sure that I, hold true to what I tents. I don't have the tent that I want, right? The glamping. Start where you are. Be outside. They want to be one with nature. That opportunity for them. You never know what can happen. So I'm still trying to push through with that. I'm not doing a lot of traveling because I do work my seasonal job during the summer. So I'll be moving around. I guess I'll be here on the land and preparing the land for that. But one of the great things that happened to me yesterday, y'all, that I'm gonna take this summer, but I met 2025 National Black Farmer of America. His name is Zachary Moore. I'm gonna have to share with y'all job, and he was getting ready to walk off. I turned around, he looked at me, who I am or what I want. I can't remember what the statement was, but I just felt like it was God sent. Like with the discouragement of my back and where I wanted to go goals. And he was like, I'm a black farmer of America for 2025. And he was like, I said, what? And he was like, well, what are you growing? But all I say is land chickens and goats, land chickens and goats. Got to get those resources popping. I told him I need help. Can I have your number? He gave me his card, and I'm excited to pick his brain and see where it can take and like the
Yes.
information. RV, who don't want secure? Last summer for me, keep the land looking alive, but definitely cut down some of the greens because it's growing out here, and I'm like, whoa. Buy me some weed eaters, some good weed eaters. It's obviously the plan.
That sounds like a divine appointment to me.
It is.
Excited
I
for
Amen.
really
you.
signed up for that. That's a blessing right there.
He was off, and we were about to depart ways, and he just turned around and looked at me, and I just stopped, and I had to come around the counter and like, let's have a conversation.
Mm.
Proud to beg or ask for help, like give me a call. So I'm excited to want to get in the lane, so I felt the same divine.
See, I love that. Sounds like your summer is gonna be a sewing season,
Mm-hmm.
and I love that for you. I'm
Speak
excited.
that. Hmm.
Um,
Thank you for that.
of course,
I need it.
of course. Okay, summer plans for me. I'm gonna try to touch some more grass. I've been trying to do this Virginia Trail Quest like challenge thing. So if you complete all of the state parks in Virginia, you get the Master Hiker Award. So I'm trying to do that, but also just like experience outdoors a lot more. Like I think I've been so not think I know I've been really busy with work and it's been very stressful. And I want to do more. I think I keep seeing it on Instagram like all the time where they're just like, don't forget, you can leave Friday and come back Sunday. And I feel like with this RV life, it's so easy to just pick up and go somewhere else and have a new backyard. And I want to do more of that. Like I really want to do that this weekend. Because the weather has been so nice, and my favorite site right on the river, and I can like put my paddleboard out. But that site wasn't available. Plus, I just had so much going on this weekend. But I want to do that more. I want to be outdoors more because literally that's why I'm continuing the lifestyle because that ease of outdoors and having different sceneries. So definitely want to do that more. Also want to get back in tent camping. So I will be doing that next weekend for
Okay.
Memorial Weekend. And we'll be on the lake again. It kind of was like a last minute thing because they didn't have any more RV sites and my parents got the last one. So I'm just gonna pull my tent out, and I was just like, I forgot how much I love tent camping. Like this is where it all started on why I love it or why I love camping in general. Started with tent camping. So I'm excited to do that again, and Merlot and I just be in a tent and paddleboard and enjoy just outdoors, which is my anyway. It don't have to be a camper. It don't have to be just a walk. It could setting up my tent, being outside. So I'm excited for that. So this summer I'm gonna be more mindful about touching grass.
That's awesome. That is
That is
awesome.
that is awesome.
So
Made me
I
want to
I feel
adjust.
horrible that go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I feel bad about following up you guys and your awesome plans because you guys are in your sowing season. I'm going to be in my planting season. So I don't have plans. I am at a really really great work contract. Um I I'm in a state that I absolutely adore. I've been to this state 4 times now because I keep coming back. And I'm just gonna put my head down and start squirreling away those nuts because what I actually plan to do, and I spoke it, and it's so funny how it's gonna happen. I want to work 6 months out of the year, and then 6 months I take and I explore and do what I want to do. So I'm just gonna be in the midst of my 6 months of just working. So no real plans. I am going back east. I'm going to take a 24-hour trip to Philly but that's just me taking a plane and then coming back. I'm going to do that next week. So other than that, you guys are going to see me right here in my state. So, oh, but I guess I am going to do melanated camp out though. That's not until September. So that's the only one that I am allowing myself. But other than that, I'm going to be here in my rig.
I'm gonna go ahead and shout them out right now. Shout out to
Yeah,
Melanated Camp Out. If y'all are not following them and you're an RVer
got
or
it.
a tea camper or just love to be outdoors, make sure y'all follow them.
Yes.
We were possibly talking about going there. I just know space is limited right now, so I don't know if we're gonna try to make it down there because that might be in our path coming down. But I was gonna say, Kiki, we'll be at the Hershey RV show in September, so that's not that far from Philly. So
Okay.
maybe
All
we
right.
can try to connect there. But we're not taking our RV. We're actually just gonna drive our vehicle from because we're gonna be
Okay.
in probably in Indianapolis still or in that area.
Gotcha. Well, we'll connect when it's meant to happen. I know we're all over the country, so y'all know I'm moving. I'm gonna eventually come across all of us, but it's beautiful. It is so beautiful living this life, and I love seeing the progress with the land, with the tent camping. I have never gone tent camping, Cece, and I'm just like, what? I saw your post on Instagram. I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to link up with these ladies because they's doing big things. Y'all all are awesome in your own right, and y'all just don't know how much y'all inspire me. I just be scrolling at work like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. So it's so beautiful.
Yeah, CC, you made me want to go and I was supposed to.
See,
Yes,
we talking
screaming at
about
the
getting
phone.
the campsites ready. All we need is to bring our tents over. We'll figure that out later.
Right.
You
That's
rest
it.
your back. You rest your back. You just gonna see me outside in the back. Don't you worry about it.
Right.
We got the Wells
Everyone.
family on. Unless you can hear us.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I might lose service again, y'all.
Okay. Well, okay. We can get you can introduce yourself and talk about your summer plans.
Summer plans. Okay. I am Alexis, the full time. The Wells family for life. So far, summer plans is gonna be consistent of dang, working hard to get home to the land. Basically, we got a lot of ahead of us. With what getting I guess just the basic needs of everything you need to actually live there, the water, the electricity, the something, getting back home altogether because we are still on a working contract. So that's my summer is gonna be real hectic.
We love it.
Yes.
Oh, y'all are building legacy.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you,
is that.
Deirdre.
Say it again.
I said y'all are building legacy. We love it. We got a glamping retreat. You're building
Thank
legacy
you.
for your family. Both of y'all actually are building legacies for your family. So goals, and we love to see it. All right, so we have
Yes.
our. I'm trying to open the file again.
It was
Oh,
joining the movement.
oh, that's you, Deirdre. My thing's frozen. I don't know what's happening.
All right, y'all that are watching, that you definitely make sure that you follow my sisters, and then also make sure you follow all the beautiful ladies here that are on the panel today. These are beautiful women that I've had the pleasure of being connected with and just watching everybody's growth. Um, YouTubes, hit the like buttons, hit the notification bells, and this definitely engage with their content. It takes a lot to just put yourself out there. We're showing people just live the traditional life, but still a life of purpose, a life with intention. a life of freedom and just a life with people are willing to encourage each other, and just have fun. So make sure you follow everybody that's on the panel today, and definitely make sure you follow and engage with Rollin Wit My.
We're on all, pretty much everybody's on majority of the platforms. Instagram, our names are here, and then Rolling with My Sisters also on other platforms too.
I was gonna say Deirdre's the perfect person to talk about that because how she in her live, the equality engager, like the live, share, tell me where you're from.
Yes,
She be on
Yes.
the lives,
Yes.
be on it.
Listen, man, to push it out more and just people don't know what they
Yep.
don't know, and just to see or seeing it is believing it sometimes, especially with our community, like camping and RV and thinking that it's not or harder than what it really is. And then just how much freedom and fun you can have. So us being able to just share our life and our journey, I think is wonderful. So it's definitely something to tap into because these ladies got some big things popping. I mean, just big things popping. So I love it. Some skills. We got some bartering we can do on here. I mean, listen,
Yes.
electricians. I mean, I know Cece gonna have that show on HGTV.
I'm with.
Yes.
Like, we're
Yes.
gonna be camping out. I'm just saying, make sure y'all stick around.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
We really got
definitely.
our own little Black Wall Street happening over
I
Right?
I
can
see.
see it because
I
we
see
got.
it.
I see
here.
it.
You follow me? You follow me?
Yes, I follow you.
Hmm. All right. So we
Somebody on YouTube left a message says, "Major shout out to you ladies and continue showing the greatness that's in each and every one of you."
Thank you.
we appreciate the love.
Thank you.
All right, let's get started talking with that. I think they know us, they love us,
Yes.
they with us. Let's talk about some camping etiquette. Kiki, what you got?
So, as y'all can see, I'm on my fifth wheel. I rarely do this, so I had to break out and slowly and engage out in my life. So, the campground I'm at, one thing that I had to learn in camp etiquette, you do not walk through anybody else's space. Like, I pay for my area, so nobody should be in my area unless, and I said they turn these into highways. And I know some of us who are on the road, we got cameras. If you see that camera, I my rig, so it goes off all times of night. This person your car, this person in your rig, and I'm just like, come on now, like. I some people, I guess it's not well known and you kind of are like, oh no, that's cool. No, like this, think of it as somebody's backyard. You're not gonna climb over your neighbor's fence to be like, oh, what y'all cooking? Like, so I think that once you get into this world, that should be the first thing before you even get into the world. What is camp etiquette? What are the quiet hours? What's obeying the speed limit? This isn't a drag race. Like things like that, I believe are really, really important. Have you guys come across something where there was a etiquette that you didn't know, you made a faux pas, or was it something that somebody that you came across, you had to check somebody? Have y'all had anything like that?
I feel like we talk about it all the time, either in the comment section or on lives, but dogs not being on leashes.
Oh yeah.
That is
Yeah.
a pet peeve of mine because Merlot is very, he doesn't mind when dogs come up to him. He will usually just like stand over them because they're so small compared to him that he's kind of like, what is this? What are you? Like, I don't get this. But when I say the little dogs are always off leash, like I get they're small, you can really like just pick them up, like get out of the way. But when, especially when people are like backing up or setting up, they just let their dog run. So if I'm have Merlot on the leash, because of course if something happens with Merlot off leash, it's gonna be a problem because he's so large. But there will be just little dogs that run up to him, and while you might think it's friendly, the yapping is causing a scene for one, and then obviously
Right.
I don't know what your ankle biter does. So I don't know if you go start nipping at Merlot, and I gotta hunt your nose up. But it's just I don't like dogs off leash because I
Yep.
don't know. I don't know what your dog does when it's around large animals or just me in general. The dog don't know me either. I'm not a fan because I'm very cautious about Merlot being off leash, how people perceive him. Like even when I like lived in the city and had an apartment, there were people who he's not an aggressive dog, well to me, but he's not an aggressive dog. But I've had people step off the sidewalk when we walk by. So I don't
Yeah.
know how you're going to react. So I'm always cautious about how I have him, especially because I'm alone. So like while I want him to, be loud and barking and bark at whoever, because I get the whole walking through campsite. I get that a lot too. Merlot does not like that. He does not like people sneaking up. He doesn't like people walking around my camper or my truck. I've had a conversation with someone at a campground while I was sitting in the truck, and the entire time he growled at them. So he does not like you being in close proximity of me, and I know who you are.
Yep.
So it's like little stuff like that where I'm paying attention to my dog and you're not. That bothers me. I feel like that's
Yeah.
camping etiquette, but also just dog owner.
Yeah. And not only that, to piggyback off, there are people that who are deathly afraid of dogs. Like to it doesn't matter how big or small your dog is. If a dog is coming towards them, you don't know how that person will react, and you're setting somebody off. And to assume that everybody's okay with dogs because you're okay with your dog is just a bit rude to me. So yeah, I
Yep.
could agree.
I think my etiquette is, especially when I was in the RV park, was just because I am staying in RV park and I'm a full time RV. This is not a summer party. Like this is not a 24-hour drive by hello party. And I think a lot of people that were there most of the times were on like a vacation or a holiday. So do not knock on my RV at 1 or 12 o'clock in the morning. Like I'm here and I'm here full time. This is not a party bus.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I feel like the person who did it kind of knew. I don't know if they were off their rockers that night, but the conversation had, it's like, people most of the times they did adhere to like the noise hours, the quiet hours. But for whatever reason, this particular day, I had to set the standard, like the boundary. Do not ever knock on this RV door after 9 o'clock. Like that's not appropriate. So that was one of
TJ,
my
let me
biggest.
ask you. Do you mind people just randomly knocking on your door though? If it was within a certain hour, or do you have the
Before dark, I wouldn't
okay.
mind, but it was still because I mean we had people that were cleaning the yard or, people that were doing certain things on the campground that may need my attention. But
Okay.
definitely not after dark unless I was expecting you, like you said, stay out of my lane, And if you
Right.
knew me, you probably had my number to where you can alert. I have a question or
Yeah.
something like that. Especially people that were there for a long period of time during the summer. But just because y'all on golf carts don't mean you can come knock on this door. And this is not a
Right.
a party. So that was the standard I had to set. Like I'm here. I'm not here just for the summer. I'm a full time RVer, and so I need you to respect my lane. So that was
She
one
Yeah.
said
of
I
the
do this for
biggest
real,
things.
not for play.
Yes, it's in me. I'm
Right.
not here for
Right.
summer break. I got to get up and go to work tomorrow, sir.
That part. And I think even when I'm in North Carolina and I'm pulling, or like when I had sent y'all the picture, the campground that I was at was filled with blue collar workers. So like when I was getting up early, everybody was getting up early. When I say it was diesel trucks idling all morning, I'm pulling out of the campground. Everybody got PPE on. I'm like, okay, I'm in a safe environment. Everybody going to work.
Right,
I mean, whether they're kids or their wives or something, we're like at the camper. I knew like it was a safe environment. There are people here because they're either full time or they do this like semi full time, like Kiki, like you were saying with like the 6 months and 6 months. It could be like that, but I knew I was around people that did this for a reason, and it wasn't just a week. Plus, I was there in the middle of the week. So like
Right.
that made me feel even more comfortable. It's like we all have our etiquette going on and we're not bothering each other because we're all here for work kind of thing.
Right.
So it
Yep.
won't no knocking. And then when you ask about like the knocking on the door, I'll be having company. So you knock on my door, Merlot is automatically one, he's heard you before you came up, but he's going to lose his mind if you knock on this door because we don't have company. And usually, if I know like family or something is coming, my door is open. So they'll just be, like, hey, coming in, and they'll just walk in. But
Right.
you knock on this door, I'm gonna let him bark because I'm getting prepared. Cause
Right.
who are you,
That
Mike?
part. Well, remember when I sent in a chat, somebody came to my rig in a bunny costume. Granted, okay, it was
Yes.
Easter, but why you randomly coming? He didn't have anybody with him. He didn't have a basket or eggs or anything. It was just a person in a bunny costume, sir. I ain't got no kids in here. My cats don't want no eggs. Like, sir, And I sat there and watched him on the camera and was just like, yeah, okay. Like you said, I'm getting ready, but you
Mm-hmm.
gonna need to get away from my door. So
I'm ruining
I wanted to
everybody's.
know.
Everybody Easter getting ruined today.
Right.
You about to find out why this day is not
Right.
about Easter bunnies.
that so yeah, that I don't think I would ever knock on somebody's door. Like you said, Deidre, I'm texting like, hey,
Right.
even if you guys even if we all are in the same park, I'm gonna text the texter and hey, y'all want company, because you gotta think this is your house. Like, would people won't you don't, in the day and age we live in, nobody is pulling up to anybody's house unannounced and be like, oh hey, I'm just gonna sit on your couch. Think of that like this is somebody's house. You wouldn't just do that. So I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
I it's like I feel like I could talk about this like all day. So there's a couple of things that I feel because like we're as a work camper and people and we're there for a long term and so guests kind of get used to seeing you and so they think that because they see you at out at your job or whatever and then you're on your property they feel like they I never had anybody come knock on our door outside of like other work campers, but there's times where it's like even with coworkers, like just extremely just want to be as soon as they see you outside, they just walk up to your your property. It's like or like to the camp pad, I guess you want to call it, like where are your chairs and stuff are sitting. And it's like I I feel like people don't have boundaries with that. Like it's they just see you outside and like, hey, I'm just gonna come over and like talk to you. It's like more so like engage with me first. Let me say, hey, come on over, let's have a conversation. But you just walk up to me like, i.e., I'm hanging out with a group of people, and then somebody else decides that they want to join our party. It's like that's not etiquette. Like you weren't invited over. Like you just
Mhm.
like, and then it's just the awkward.
You have
I'm
a
just gonna sit
wristband?
here in the back and just listen, not engage, but I'm gonna sit here. It's weird. That's for
Very.
me. And then people, I love people with kids. Like I've had kids, but people that don't watch their kids. Like they, I don't know what it is at campground, but people let their kids just run completely crazy in uh, campgrounds. And it's like this is less safe than a neighborhood because these vehicles are mobile. Like no, so that's my biggest issue.
No, I agree. Oh,
Yeah,
we
I was
got,
gonna say maybe we mute when each one is talking. Maybe that'll help.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds better now. I don't know. Okay. Campground etiquette. Y'all heard our pet peeves.
And if you're
We
out
don't
there
like it.
watching, if you yeah, if you have some suggestions or things that you've dealt with, we want to hear them. Like we don't want it just to be about us. Like we want to know what some of the things y'all deal with out there. 'Cause I've heard of some doozies. Like yeah,
Yeah. Speaking of doozy, I get back on the dogs, but pick up after pick up after your dog. And now I will say there are some campgrounds because y'all know I like a scenic campground most of the time. But if I'm traveling for work, I usually stay at a resort or like the one I stay at for work. And there are like either setups for dog dump stations, like they'll have bags and everything, or they'll have just trash bins everywhere. So there are campgrounds that are different, but either way, it's still your responsibility to to have bags and things at campgrounds, only because like if you're in your personal space, like you have land, I probably would get to it when I get to it. But if I'm around a bunch of people and our campgrounds are so close together, and now Merlot has a problem where he just wants to pee everywhere and in the most inconvenient spots. I can't pick that up, but I'll literally be trying to move him. Like, can you go to the grass instead of in the middle of the, like how Kiki, how you are with the rocks? He'll be at the
Yeah,
front. I'm like, all right, now I have to wait while you're sitting here, like propped up, and this is so awkward. But like, just leaving like the poop there, I can't. It's a
agreed.
public space.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even though you're renting, be careful. Like you got to be mindful of the public shared space. You're trying to coexist with people you have no idea who they are. You don't know what their ticks are and things like that. So being mindful of noise and things like that. When I leave during the day, I leave my boys in my rig. I put on YouTube, cat YouTube, but I do so and leave the sound as low as possible because I understand some people could be here vacationing and they don't want to hear cat meowing and all this stuff because it soothes my cats. So I'm just very mindful of that. Yeah, you guys are right.
Also, too, if there's campgrounds listening, I understand you got to do yard work, but you don't have to start your yard work at 7 o'clock in the morning. Not everybody's up that early. Okay, let's do some regular business hours, 8. You know, because I don't appreciate. And this is from our last place when we were still gate guarded. It was like 6:20 in the morning, and granted, I was getting up. I mean, I was off that day. That's right. It was right in the mind. I was getting up to because Damon was still coming home from work, so I was getting up anyway to cook breakfast for him. But I'm like, what is this? I look, he was just weed whacking. I was like, you can't wait to do that until like 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it was like March, so it wasn't like it was still bloody hot outside at 10 o'clock and at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So why are you doing it so early?
That part. That part.
Yeah, we're talking about the campers, but also the campground workers too.
And if you weed whacking, wash the hose. Don't go whacking up everybody's hoses, okay? Or have the petty cash
Yes.
ready.
Well, sometimes some campgrounds they will, if they are responsible for it, and especially if I've never had it happen, but a couple campgrounds we
I,
worked at had happen, and the maintenance guy was very honest that I made a mistake. I'm gonna go buy you a new one, or here's the money for a new one. But there was one campground. It wasn't me personally. I wasn't even there. It was a friend of mine. She sent me. She's like, "Is this normal?" I was like, "She's like, they saying that they didn't do it. I have it on camera." I was like, "Girl, you better submit that to the campground."
Yep.
they pulled my
Wow.
whole power cord out with the zero turn. That power cord was $400. They bought another one. I'm so glad they
Mm,
did. But I was in there and it's just I was like, in the world is this? But he was
mm,
very, nice about it and they went ahead and hurried up and ordered another one. So thank goodness for that. Cause I was like, wait a minute. Let's just
yeah.
get everything tucked under like it's supposed to be. Please be careful. But I've had my hoses wet a few times and they did not pay for it every time.
Yep.
That's crazy. Haven't experienced that, but I know I would raise something. I would raise something over that.
Well,
Hey,
one
we've
thing
had
that I will say that one of the maintenance guys told me when we first started RVing, our first camping spot, said the best way to avoid that, honestly, is to put your sewer hose on a stand. That way it's elevated. 9 times out of 10, if it's on a stand and they still damage it, they'll pay you for it. If it's on the ground, they can say, "Well, it wasn't on a stand. We didn't see it. Is
My
that some
bad.
horrible issue?"
Yep.
Your fault.
As if you guys can see my sewer hose, I put it in a rain gutter. Talk about thinking outside the box. I went to Home Depot and got a rain gutter and I have it sitting on masonry bricks to keep the slope cuz yeah, that same idea. So yeah, good idea.
women in STEM. Cause that's smart. That is so smart. especially
I
like
can't
in the
see it.
summertime if you have a
It
leak.
it's right. It's literally right in front of the propane tank. So it's a white. It's literally. Let me see.
Maybe you
Let's
can
come
send
out.
us a picture.
You guys see it now?
That is so
Okay,
smart.
nice.
That
I
is a
love
good
it.
idea. That is a good idea.
Professional.
Women in STEM.
Yeah.
But Kiki, I will say this as like this isn't campground etiquette, but this is like kind of because people like to steal stuff. You need to put a kingpin lock on your fifth wheel.
I have one. I took it down
Okay.
so it could be at a shot. So yeah, I got you.
Oh,
I got
I'm
you.
just making
Yeah.
sure because I'm like people
Yeah.
stealing nowadays is like
Yes, ma'am.
even we have one on our hitch ball. We have a lock on our hitch ball. We don't play.
So mine's is a stabilizer and a lock. So it's a dual purpose. But
Gotcha.
okay, thank you for looking out. I love it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Had I been, I am a newbie, but I just came across that because I follow so many of you. This is when I was just following y'all, and I was just like, what type of things do I need? When I say my shopping list on Amazon is ridiculous, like I'd be like, I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna get that.
And it
But
doesn't
yeah,
stop. It
yeah,
doesn't
it
stop.
really doesn't.
I have about $3,000 worth of. You know how you put it in your cart and then you need to go actually buy something. You got to
You
move it
gotta
to
save
the
it for later.
buy later. It's all sitting down there. I'm like, I'll get to it eventually.
Right, right.
Y'all hear the cows?
Ooh,
That's
I was just about to say yes.
I love that, guys. Oh,
Look at the cows.
Oh
that is
gosh,
so amazing.
they
This
so
is what we're
loud.
doing it for, right? To literally
Right.
make that our normal life. Like I can't even think. Just last year, I was in a very heavy populated area, living in a house, just like I guess this is normal. And now this is my normal. This is so wild.
Mhm.
I love this for us.
All right, so we have one more topic before we get into our. Sorry, I was trying to put it in a different app so that I could switch back and forth faster. Anyway, clearly that didn't work. Okay, so RV life can change the meaning of home because the scenery may shift, as that was a perfect segue about the cow. So the neighbors may change and the address may not stay the same still. Home can create through routines, people, comfort, safety, food, faith, decor, and feeling of belonging wherever you are. So now that we've talked about the respective campground space, let's talk about how we create our space. So when we change our address all the time, I know, well, mine is always changing. Amber, yours is like kind of changing based on where you guys are working. Kiki, you're getting there. So you're
Yeah.
there for your 6 months now, but I'm sure you're gonna be traveling all. And then you got a completely different, where you're not as anymore, but you have changed a big way in an address, and you're doing a big thing as you're creating your new home. So how do you keep the homey feel in your home away from home when it is your permanent home, just in a
Mm.
location? So you've got a new address, you've got a new scenery, but you're still carrying your home with you. So what's something that you can say, what let's redefine what home is. Maybe that's an easier way to say that. Let's redefine what home is. Your home is on wheels. Because most people say is, do you have a home? And then associate with an address. So because our address is always changing, how would you define home on wheels? I feel like that was a mouthful, but
I mean, for me, take the wheels off and put it on the bricks. It's still my home. I wake up with my daughters every morning. I go to bed with my children every night. I have the amenities, the same amenities as others. But the thing that makes it home for me is that I'm building it in real time. And I'm building it the way that I want. So it's not necessarily something that was already fabricated for me, something somebody previously owned. I just get the joy of my children watching me actually build this in real time. And the sky's the limit. Like we can do whatever we want. My daughter asked me the other day, and she was like, "Mom, how much does one of those like tiny homes cost?" And I was like, "It depends on the size. Between 150 to $300 a month, and she was like, "You're kidding me, right?" And so they're sharing a room in the RV, and she's turning 18 in September, and she's ready to start working now, and she's like, "Oh, sign me up! I need my little sugar shack now." So it's like now we're able to create multiple homes, even if it's tiny. So wheels without wheels, and the other great thing about the simplicity of my home is that what I'm building now will allow me to be able to explore more later. So there are things I want to do, like go to Thailand and study Thai massage for 3 months. I want to take my daughter to study abroad. And so I'm not tied down to the traditional home, and I'm able to explore the other things that will be able to bring back to the home and continue to build on that future home. That if it's forever here, if this is just a glamp site, this right here is the foundation to everything home. HOME. And when you want to come back, you got this place to come back to.
Literally, I love that. It's a different. We all have different ways that we live this lifestyle, but it's also nice to hear how it feels like home to us. So I love that yours is different in both ways of having your own land, but you still have goals that are moving you in a sense, in a figurative sense. You have goals that are moving you, and you have a lifestyle that affords you to do those things. You're not stagnant in anything, be it home
I,
or plans for your life.
I want to be exploring right now, but I don't have a Ford. I don't have a Ford or a Ram or
Girl,
a.
I come pull your trailer.
I want to move a little bit, but I got these kiddos, and so you got to give them some stability because they kind of freak out a little bit. My daughter just did on me the other day, and she actually told me, she said, "Mama, I'm just being transparent, y'all." She was like, "We just can't act like this is normal." I'm like, "It may not be in your eyes, Taylor, but it's bigger than what the now." And then
Yes.
she started talking about chat, so that kind of 17 and going to her life out, and she's living I thought she was mom's dream and legacy mom is trying to build, and she just had a moment. And so I just had to let her get it out. And once you go through, and if you go and do your architect, guess what you have? You have 14 and a half acres. You can come back and build a foundation for everything. So if you go to school and you say, "Hey, I want to over here," you don't have to wait for
There you
nobody
go.
else. So this home, come back home and build, and then go out and fly. So I love
Yes.
it.
I love that for y'all. That's definitely the goal. I wanna not some a Chevy. See? Thank you. Thank you. Whoever said we don't do Chevy. Thank
That's
you.
me. I'm in there. I'm like, wait, who's talking about a Chevy? Who's talking about a Chevy?
I mean, I
Uh,
would take a GMC. Come on down.
No,
I
I'd
would.
rather you get a Chevy than a GMC.
I honestly,
Really?
well, I think,
Uh,
my son works at a GMC dealership, and they do Chevy too. But he said Chevys are turned in more often than GMCs are. So
a lot
because
of people
I
don't know
was,
how to
huh?
drive. A lot of people just don't know how to drive.
Well, at least for my, because my son is trying to. He keeps telling me, "Come buy a truck. We need you. I need you to buy a truck." And I tell him, I was like, "We're gonna get there," because I do want a GMC Silverado. I do. That's like my favorite one. But the engines in the GMCs from to me are better when it comes to the diesel engines because they're the same type of diesel engines that were in the semi that I drove. So that's the only reason why I like the GMCs better. But that's just me being, because I like those specific engines. But for us, I would say we still have a sticks and bricks. We still do. We rent it out, because we know eventually we're not doing this forever. We've talked about selling our house eventually. We've talked about, well, one of the things that we're really thinking about doing is getting some land and like turning it into a compound. My husband wants a tiny house that he can put a bunker under or over or under. Yeah, he can put a bunker underneath the tiny house. And so like that's like the goal for us if we do settle. we had the house, and as our kids were, ending, um like teenage, young adult, I mean, going into adulthood and leaving like their childhood, it was like, why do we need this big old house? Like, I was over the road at the time as a truck driver. My husband was getting ready to retire from the Air Force, and he was like, we have this big 4-bedroom house, and I literally only use maybe 2 rooms, and that's the bedroom and the kitchen, because we got a bathroom in our bedroom. So I really don't sit anywhere, and we got all the other parts of the house, and it's just empty. I'm not using it. And I was like, okay, well, come get on my truck with me. If you don't want to be at home. So when he retired, he got on the truck with me for like 2 or 3 months, and that was my home. Like, being on the road, I've always loved to travel. I never liked to settle in a specific place. And so, being a truck driver, I was at home. He was like in love with just seeing the country. He was like, been in the military, and I haven't seen half of this country. Like, we were out west in Oregon, in Washington, Utah, California, and he just fell in love with the scenery. And he was like, okay. And we had been talking about getting an RV, and so I convinced him. I was like, if you can live with me in this little tiny cab of a semi with no running water and no real privacy, we can do an RV. And he was like, oh, I just don't see the point of it. I don't see a point of it. This man, to this day now, I cannot tell him nothing about going back to a house. I'm like, babe, you ready to go back to a house? For what? No. This is what I want. I love this. This man was so anti he didn't understand the mentality behind the freedom of, we get to go wherever we want. Like, we don't want to be here no more. Okay, let's go where we want to go. We can go anywhere. Our backyard is forever changing. And now he's starting to see the American dream is no longer work into your 60s, buy a house that you're probably paying off in your 60s, and then go travel.
Right.
That's no longer, that was the lifestyle, like, back when it was affordable to do that.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
affordable to do that. You can't do that now.
Right.
And
Agree.
now it's like there's so much that we still want to do. And it's like, before we become grandparents, I tell my kids all the time. My youngest just turned 20. I said, please, for the love of everything, please don't make me a grandmother until I'm 50. Give me 6 more years. That's all I'm asking. 6 more years. I can tolerate, just give me till I'm 50. I want to still travel. And when I become a grandparent, I want to be able to bring them into our home, wherever that may be, and be the grandparent that I had growing up. Like, go spend summers with grandma, and go travel the country. I could introduce
Yes.
them to this lifestyle as as kids. And I think for us, home isn't necessarily about what you're living in, because I've seen people make a home out of a car. It's truly what you call home, like what makes you feel is yours. And we've had a smaller RV that we didn't really like, so that didn't feel like home for us. Like, my husband's already talking about, we need to upgrade this RV. I'm like, we just got this one. Like, what do you want to upgrade it for? Because he's like, I want this, I want this. And I'm like, I get that, but we need to get a bigger truck. Our truck ain't gonna pull an RV with all those features. So I'm like, I love our RV. Like, I love it. It has everything we want. We're slowly turning it into more of things that we want. I'm waiting for Cece to see her in person so she can kind of come and do our decor. Cause
Second over here.
I love y'all's RV. I love the lights, your office space. I love the floor plan of your RV.
thank you. That's one thing I love too. I love about it because it gives us that freedom, but it's not too big and it's not too small. It's like perfect. And even when I was in inspection class, I was telling my instructor, and I was telling her all the features, and she actually, when part of me getting my certification, I had to do a full level certified RV inspection. It was part of our practical on our RV. Now, just to let you know, a full RV, like a true RV inspection, truly takes 8 to 10 hours. It's not some little,
Wow.
yeah, it's not a little thing. So there was something I had in a feature in our RV that I was like, how would I classify this? Because it's not a typical thing. So she came in here, she's like, I love this RV. Like, she's like, it's a travel trailer that has a washer and dryer, and y'all have she said something else. I was like, yeah, it's perfect for us. And so I feel like this is our home. Like, yeah, there's things that I don't like about certain parts of the RV, or just the RV life. But no matter how you live your life, you're going to always have issues you're going to have to deal with. It's how you handle it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, there's different ways to make things home. For me, home is I just need my hammock and a nice
Mm.
campfire.
I got my mom one, by the way, for Mother's
Did
Day.
you?
Yeah. I was
Did
like,
you
I
like
gotta ask Amber which one she got.
that thing is that thing is man, I've had that thing for almost 3 years now. I or 4 years or 2 years now. I love it. But that's like I feel I'm outside more now than I even in my house. That we had a backyard with a fire pit, all that. I didn't hang outside my backyard nowhere near as much as I do here, and or just in my RV. And I just home is truly just where we are in that moment for us. Like what we're doing and the memories that we're creating for ourselves. So that's what home is for us. And how we make it home is we we do add like my husband's man cave has his Colts stuff all over the place, and I've started doing a little bit of like I'm in love with this mint green. I don't know why. I've never liked mint green. I don't know. All of a sudden, I just woke up one day and I was like, "Oh, mint green. That looks so good. I love it."
I'm convinced that green itself is a phase because I've never liked green, and when I started remodeling this, everything I picked out was green. I always thought it was an ugly color. I was like, green, green is the worst color ever. I don't like any shade of it, and everything in this camper like has been green. I think it's a phase. It's like pink when you go through your pink phase. Like green is, I think, is a phase. Like down
Yeah.
to my matches.
Oh
Okay.
Like when I
goodness.
say everything,
Wow. So you're deep, but that's the
everything.
detail. That's what makes it home for you, and I love it.
Yeah, that is it. That is it. Well, for me, bringing it up, home, you guys all touched on it, which I love um coming in last because we're all in the same mindset, right? For me, home is the place that you go and recharge, like your safe space, your Shangri-La, whatever it is for you, that the things that around you bring you peace, joy, and serenity and grounding, right? So when I decided to make the jump from the house to the rig, I literally was just like, what things can't I live without? Like I'm gonna there like I have my special blanket and things like that. So this home is everything I need. Like I can't tell you how many times I'm on a job site and they're like, "Oh, what hotel you're staying at?" I'm like, "Oh, hotel. My house is right there straight." They're like, "Oh, you live here?" I was like, "No, I'm on the road." And I'm like, "I have my rig." And it's like, "Oh, so you got a small little camp pop up?" I was like, "Excuse me? I'm in a fifth wheel, sir. Like this
Big
is
dog.
huge. Like, yeah,
We don't want no puffy.
right. What are you talking about? Like, I literally this is my little porch. Like you see, like,
Mhm.
and I can't tell you, even though once like they this it's serious. Once you get in there, you be really like, oh, I want this. I want a bigger one. What I my really dream one is a toy hauler because I want to be able to have a room for just my cats, which is sad. My cats are the most spoiled cats in America. Like fight me because they really own everything in there, and I want them to have their space, and I can close the door and be like, y'all stay over there. I'm gonna be over here. But
Mhm.
as far as home for me, like I feel so comfortable picking up and going because I know if I have a bad day at work or if I'm feeling particularly lonely, I can go in my house and I still be like, "Oh, I'm home. Like this is my little den. This is where I go to get my mind right, to go out here and fight these battles." Because as you know, we showing up in the world in all of our different roles, and we got to have that armor on, right? So when do we get to take that off in our little piece of our serenity? So that's what home looks like for me.
Absolutely. It's it's a ditto moment for everybody. Ditto moment for everybody. And I think that's one of the reasons why I chose to have my brand be romanticizing the camping experience. Because literally, like we've all mentioned in different ways, this is the same lifestyle you would live if you had an apartment or a house. How do you A lot of people will buy a house and not like white walls. How do you make that into a place that you come home to every day and it speaks to you, calms you, and it gives you peace, and you're in an environment that you can literally take off your armor from the day? So I resonate with each of yours because, especially Kiki, with solo traveling and showing up in different states where everybody is booking hotel rooms and putting in that expense report. And then recently, when I went to North Carolina and I pulled and I was there for a whole week, and my expense report just said $140 for a week stay at a campground. And they were like, "Oh, where are you parked?" Like, because most of them will know that I'm pulling my RV. So of course they're all like, "Dad mode, are you good? You good? Are you all right out there?" I'm just like, "Look, you have no idea. This thing is surveillance down, and Merlot don't play that, and we good in here actually." But yeah,
Right.
so they're always excited to hear that I'm pulling. And like, again, with what you said about it being a small RV, they assume that. So like, I have one coworker who's always like, "Yeah, I have this one camper. We used to do it all the time when the kids were young." And it's like 15 feet kind of thing. So like, when I show them like what I'm hauling, they're like, "You pulled that, girl?" Like, they're like, and they're older guys and they're construction. So like, they're impressed by anything a woman does.
Yeah, yeah,
So like, most of the time they're like, "My wife can't even back up her car." Like little stuff like that. But they're excited to see that this is a lifestyle that, one, someone my age is interested in and doing, and then two, that it can work with a work life. And I think that's the most impressive thing to most people, like, well, especially like in my field, because we're so used to, and I talk to people about this all the time, especially like coming out of college and like living the lifestyle of being in the city and then being in a house and all the things. It's like we're expected to be on that track. So we're going into the, okay, you get this high job, you get into the high rise apartment and the things and all the things, and it's like, did that, love that, it was nice, and now I'm doing something else. But the same thing has always been, is wherever I'm at is where home is. And so romanticizing the camping experience for me is how I make this a home. It's me having my tea at night in my fluffy robe. It's me waking up and having a routine where Alexa is controlling all of my things, just like it would have been in an apartment or a house. It's me making my bread. I love cooking in the RV now. I didn't like the other one because I had to light the stove and I don't like that. But this one, I still have gas, but it's like a click, And so I love cooking in the RV. I love cooking on my stove. I love, having my routine where I go to Trader Joe's and I get all my groceries and I come back and I set everything up. Like, the routine is how I keep having a home everywhere I'm at. Like, it's gonna be, I could be somewhere, if I not choose not to do this, like if I finally get my land and I start building, the routine is what makes this a home, not the address. So I'm gonna keep romanticizing it because, like Amber, you said, everything has its downfalls too. Everything is gonna have a problem. I had so many problems when I lived in an apartment. I had so many problems when I lived in a house, and it's gonna continue to have problems in an RV. It's just that I'm the maintenance man. I'm the
yeah,
electrician. I'm I'm the decorator. All the things. So it's just where you choose to create a home is how it becomes your home on an everyday basis. So that for me is romanticizing it and creating a routine to where, okay, this is where I live. This is what I do on a regular. I just happen to have a different scenery every now and then, but this is literally set up how I would set up a house. Got my living room. I got my little area. I got my record player over there with my records. I got my bedroom and my nice hotel style bedding. My nice shower, all my things, my little makeup vanity, like all the things that I would have in a regular place. But it's the routine and the romanticizing. Like, this is my space. This is what brings me peace,
yeah.
and how I will move accordingly. But
Just
I
to
love
let you, I love all everything you said, and I wanted to touch on something that I learned in inspection. You have now auto piezo. You used to have piezo before. The auto piezo is
Oh,
it's the ignition for your stove. When it's
it.
just piezo, that means it needs a light source. When you have auto piezo, it automatically has the igniter source, so you're just using the button to click it. I'm learning
teach
stuff.
us. Okay,
We
Amber.
love the
Good
teacher moment, and
job.
you hear how it also sounds so romanticized. Like, we have auto piezo in RV life. You just have gas or electric stove.
I have a
I'm
quick
just saying.
question.
I'm just saying. See, you have cool names.
Does a cabinet hinge? Like I'm like dragging my brain to find this hinge for my cabinet, but they don't match up in Home Depot and Lowe's.
You,
Tripping?
yeah, yes and no. Like if you want to change out all your hinges, you can put on whatever hinge you want. But if you
Okay,
want like an RV specific hinge, go on eTrailer.com. That is all RV related stuff. Yeah, and they have really low cost things.
I
thank you.
need that. I'm gonna put that in my notes. eTrailer.com.
Trailer
That's where
dog.
I do. And also too, sisters, make sure you're doing your bearings. You need to do your bearings either once a year or 12,000 miles. The more you travel, the more frequent you travel is more so for full time. So we just did ours, and I'm glad we did. But you need to. That is definitely a source of issues. Um, you have to you more than willing to do it yourself. It is a dirty job. I just did a little bit yesterday. It took us about 5 hours to do all four wheels because you got to actually take the wheel off. Then you got to take this. You got to pop the seal out. Then you got to be real careful with certain areas, and that's just something just to keep. That's another maintenance thing that I just realized that we just did for the first time ever, and knowing that. So if you travel a lot, then it's probably going to be the 1 year mark. But if you don't travel a lot and it's just sitting, 12,000 miles. I don't know how you want to calculate that, but you definitely want to check that and make sure you're doing that to make sure because that's what keeps your tires from overheating. That's what keeps them from basically like having a blowout or something on the tire. It's a simple. It is a simple. If you think about it, it is a simple repair. It's just time consuming and it's very dirty. But you do need to buy some tools. It's probably initially about, if you include all the tools itself, it's probably about $150 investment. Once you have the tools that you need, the bearing kits on eTrailer are $15. So you get four of those. That's $60. That's not bad. And then you just have to get a tub of high temperature grease that has to go in the bearings. So we'll be posting a small video about that because I yeah, it's
I was gonna ask. I was like, can we do a FaceTime or teach me how? Because hey, there you go.
I missed the whole thing, y'all.
you didn't miss it. We talking about uh now we're talking about
What makes
some
it your home?
Makes
yeah,
your
what
home.
makes your home.
Sure. Yeah. Wait, everybody already went?
Hmm. You came perfectly, right on time. You got the stage.
Let me rewind the whole video. So like what makes the RV our home basically?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
But
let's
your address
bring your
changes.
face down though.
People
There we
people
go.
will say like, "Oh, my home is this because it's my address," but because we're always moving and stuff. I You just gave me PTSD with those.
Oh.
'Cause when I had to, when I had to do that plumbing on my sink, yeah, you
Uh-huh.
just gave me PTSD. Anyway,
That's what
um,
he doing right now.
yes, that stressed me out because it was not that hard in my last camper, but the way the plumbing is in here, ugh, it was annoying. Anyway, we usually say like our home is this because it's our address, but because we move so often or we have different sceneries all the time, how would you define the word home in living an RV life?
Mm, I don't know. I guess mine will be like family, like wherever me and my kids are. That's home because that's what it feel like. It don't matter if we. I don't even know how to explain it, but I will say that's really my point. Like wherever me and my let me say my husband too. Wherever we are is home. So if we in North Dakota or South Dakota, if we in Alaska, I feel like that's what I consider home. Like even if it came down to us not having an RV no more and be like in a regular how they say a stick and brick house, I still consider it like that because I feel like the family is what makes the home. Like your decor, the way it smells. I guess that's how I would say mine.
Okay.
That's a beautiful answer.
Yeah.
It is. All right, are you ready to play some games?
I came
Yes,
just
We
for that.
got games? Okay,
we got
yay.
game. Okay, so what was the first one? I'm sorry.
Would you?
Oh yes. Would you rather? Okay. All right. First one. Would you rather boondock for a month or stay in a crowded campground for a month?
Hmm.
Mm.
I'm going crowded campground. I am so reliant on these utilities. I need my water. I need running water and I need power because I'm not set up for that life just yet. So
I I
Feel
would
like
have
I'm boondocking.
I would have to go with boondocking because having water is not hard to do. That's what you're holding tank. That's what your tanks are for. So you just have to minimize what you do. Uh, I'll tell you this. This is what when we got our first RV, our salesperson. The first thing he said is because I was all worried about getting certain things. He's like, these things are meant for you to live or not live, but to be in technically without hookups. That's like the first RVs were really just you go out there, you just go camp. And I was like, no, we need AC. We need AC. That's like a must. Like we need that. But I will say you can get solar, you can get generators. There's ways to boondock. I can't. I did a crowded campground. I'm sorry, I can't. The way I love my space, nope. And the way that people can't control their kids, nope, nope. Because there's some kids are in trouble around here. They got up on somebody's roof and ruined some of their stuff. Yeah.
What? Not YNs
Mhm.
at the campground. Let me stop.
wow.
Cut it out.
Well, these
This
wasn't
is
no
ridiculous.
YNs, but
Did
these
they
was
go
some
through it?
white. They got on the roof of the RV and damaged the vent, the AC, and their
Oh,
their
they did something. I thought maybe it was like a dent. They broke some expensive stuff.
yeah.
Oh
That's
my
what I
god,
said. I can't. I can't. Nope. People
that's
don't.
wild. I'm thinking it was just like a little dent because it's soft up there, but they straight broken AC. That is an expensive replacement.
Thank you.
Not only do I need a reimbursement, but I you gonna get a
I'm
whooping.
pressing charges. That's what I'm doing. I'm pressing charges. That might be harsh.
Learn,
I mean that's vandalism.
Yeah.
control your children.
All right. I'll do the next. Would you rather? Would you rather have AC or no hot water?
AC.
No, I mean, sorry. Would you rather have no AC or no hot water?
No
Ooh.
hot water.
I,
I can
yeah,
bake
I take no hot water. Yeah,
hot.
I could boil me some water. Listen,
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Electric kettle.
Uh,
We good.
that
Hmm.
yes, ma'am, Deidre. I have
yeah,
one in there.
true,
Yep.
true. Okay, yeah, yeah. I'd rather have AC because I
Yeah.
don't like being hot and sticky and stuff when I'm sleeping.
Okay,
Nigga,
so okay, so follow that up with um well y'all all said AC, right? Y'all
Yeah.
yes.
okay. Y'all mean no hot water. You always say you rather have AC. Okay. Because it said the follow up to that is July in Texas. Definitely needs
Ooh,
because
yeah,
I
definitely.
can definitely vouch for when we were in Grapevine, Texas in 2024. We did not have to turn on our water heater not one single time because the water coming through the hose was so hot from being in the sun that it just automatically heated up.
Wow.
Okay. Would you rather have a tiny luxury RV or a huge basic setup?
If when my children graduate, but I mean, if I got the AC and so give me a bigger one with the, sit for now.
I think I want a bigger one just because I go to your spot. Just because I want a different floor plan, but I keep saying it. I miss Esther, y'all. I really do. I miss how intimate that camper was. Even though like I had to create space for certain things, I still remodeled it and it was mine and it made sense. And this one is like it's taking me longer to remodel, but it's just not as intimate as the last one was. Like this one like has designated spaces for everything. It's already together and it's hard to like make it my own as quickly as I did the last one. But the last one was such a vibe. Like the lighting, the colors, the coziness of it. Like I liked having a small camper. But
I yeah.
I'm really loving these floor plans of these newer campers.
Yeah. I can't. I can sacrifice the space for luxury because we went basic in our last one, and I can't be in basic. I'm sorry. I need to have. If I'm going to be small, I want to have all the luxury I can have because with an RV, even with ours, there's no way we could get all the luxury that we want for this price in a house in a sense. So I'll just have I have to have the luxury. So yeah.
So I'm gonna ask, what qualifies as basic before I say
That was my
either?
question.
Okay, basic. I would say coming from an inspector standpoint, basic means you don't have a vented AC. Like your AC is just a dump. It doesn't get vented out to your RV. It's just a dump. There's no vents. Um, you have maybe um, just like a simple setup, meaning like you may only have one AC, especially if you have a large RV. You may only have one AC. Um, I'm trying to
Yeah, I'm
think.
basic.
You have manual vents, which is not a big deal, but if you have a fifth wheel, those manual vents you have to stand on something to turn them to get those to open. Um, I'm thinking like very basic flooring. There's no heated underbelly. There's no. Um, I'm sorry, it's a bad feedback. Hold on. Um,
So
um, let me see here. I'm trying to think. You may not have uh, capability to have a, like large tanks. If it's basic, it's most times basic ones are very lightweight and very simplistic. So you may not have enough capabilities for black tanks, or like gray tank like capabilities to hold a lot. Um, there's no solar, but that's a deal breaker. Water heater might not be. It might be a tanked water heater is not bad, but there's certain brands of tanked water heaters. Um, I'm trying to think. Um,
I have to be honest, all of that is doable. The only thing that got me was the AC. I was like, wait, excuse me? A big
so yeah,
AC with just one? I
so
think
yeah,
that would be my thing.
so for me, because we in our last RV, our RV it was vented, but or ducted, I should say, meaning it has a separate section between the ceiling and the roof, the ceiling and the roof of your RV, and
Hmm.
your AC is literally ducted like a house. So it's usually like an
Right.
H mat, and so the air gets pushed out, and you have these registers that push out the air. Well, in a simple basic one, they typically won't have it be ducted. It's just one AC, and it doesn't have a thermostat like where you can go adjust it. You have to manually control it. So
Mm.
if it gets too hot, too cold, you might have to manually control it. Not to say it's a problem, but the thing is that The problem with that, if it gets too cold, that means you have to get up and physically turn it off, or
Yeah.
it won't shut off on its own, or it won't kick in when it gets too hot. You know what I mean? You have to get up and physically turn it on. So that's why I say the aspect of
Okay.
it is it's simple. To some people, luxury is also having
Convenience, right?
convenience, having a fireplace,
Okay.
having an what's it called, cooktop, the
Induction cooktop.
induction cooktop. Yeah, there we go. Having a dishwasher, like that, to me, I don't need a dishwasher because
Oh,
like that. But that would be considered to be luxury, I believe.
okay.
If you got like Megawatt has heated floors, that that's luxury. Like he actually has something that he can turn on and make his floors actually heat. They're like, you know,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with the big basic. I'm so sorry because I need space and I could just live bare bones. I'll put a window AC in this joint. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I get it.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah, I get it. Megawatt also, I just noticed he did make some comments. He said Boondock without question. Megawatt doesn't need plumbing or cables, which is true. He said also not YNs, youngins from Mount Caucasus. Caucasus. Oh my gosh, he cracks me up. Okay, Cece, you want to get the next one?
Okay. Oh, my file went away. Okay, next question. We are running on 2 hours, guys, so almost good. Would you rather back into a tight site with everyone watching or dump tanks with a line behind you?
Mm.
I don't know.
Um,
Watch me, darling. Watch
I don't
me.
know.
Might learn something.
I would have to say I don't like going. I prefer to dump stations. I avoid them at all costs, unless we have no choice. So I would have to say, because I feel like that I feel like people would rush you doing. So I don't want to be rushed. So I would have to go backing into a tight spot because I've had to do it as a trucker for, I don't know, 6-7 years. So I can handle it. I got you.
I've never driven mine.
I got you.
I don't even have a truck to pull this yet, so I can't answer this question.
Listen,
I mean, there is nothing I can do to make this poop come out faster. So the
Right.
line wouldn't phase me. You wouldn't be any faster. So
I
Right.
had to watch one
Right.
of those. Just try to instruct the wife was trying to get it. It was just like, well, this is exciting to watch on the Saturday afternoon. I have nothing else to do.
It is fun
You
watching
got
people
this.
sometimes.
You got it.
yeah, I watched one. It was not pleasant, and I'm always like, I was literally just talking about this yesterday. They're always making videos of like, oh yes, we are watching you through our windows, backing up.
Yes.
But it's funny
Yep.
because I did that with a couple, and they were getting into a tight spot too. But he was trying to connect his truck to his fifth wheel, and she was not watching as he was backing up, slammed right into his truck. And when I say his face, he was pissed. I'm pretty sure that was a quiet car ride home.
Ye-
I wish someone got some,
Wow.
but she was not paying attention to that. And I'm just like, you got out to watch him back up. And she was not watching. All of that, I'm just sitting right here and I heard it. I looked away for a second. I was like, oh. Like,
Yeah.
girl, if you're not going to drive, at least pay attention.
Right.
That was intense.
Okay. This one is a silly one, but I've heard a lot of controversy about it. And it was actually a question to ask or talk about in the campground etiquette. Would you rather camp beside loud music or bright lights? Like, people have a big thing with the
Oh.
lights. And to me, I'm like, you can close your windows.
Yeah, bright lights.
Bright
I've been
lights.
to a camp during a festival and it was intense, like really intense. Like the quiet hours where it was stopped, but if you went to sleep early that night, like you're not getting no sleep. The lights, I have blinders on my windows already, so I probably wouldn't even see it.
Bright lights.
And that's funny.
Yep.
I don't know if Megawatt's still in the chat because he has some amazing. I think they're called boogie lights. I mean, he can change the lights on his thing, and I'm like, I know people complain about that. And I'm like, why is it a big deal?
Close your
Close
window.
your thing. Like
Free.
you got window cover for a reason. Like close them. Like why is that a thing? Like
Right.
should be the problem. Like people
Windows
just
fine.
like find things to complain about. I mean,
Yeah.
Literally.
ooh, ooh.
All right. Do we want to skip to trivia?
We can. We can do some trivia. All right. Let's see. What should you do with pets at most campgrounds? Let them.
Pets at what?
What should you do? What should you do with pets at most campgrounds? Let them roam, keep them leashed and clean up after them, or let them guard the site.
I think we could agree to what's that? B? Yeah, B.
B.
BNC. Go out the site. I'll be back.
Yeah.
All right, this is some true trivia. According to RV history summaries, an early RV-like motorhome built onto a vehicle appeared around what year? 1904, 1944, or 1984?
I had to read the question again.
Yeah, I'm literally bringing
According
it
to
up. I'm like,
RV
wait.
history summaries, an early RV-like motorhome built onto a vehicle appeared around what year?
I don't know why
1904,
I feel like RVs are like a newer thing. Like even though we're doing it and it hasn't been like, and obviously I see the answer, but
Yeah.
in my head I would not have said that answer because I would think
Yeah.
it's like a newer thing, not
Yeah.
new like 2000s, but like 70s kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like what was that thing? It's like on the tip of my tongue. That big festival, not festival, but like it was like a whole movement too. I don't know. I can't think of it. But I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking like 60s and 70s and like festivals
The
and
Oregon
tent
Trail. I'm
cities.
just playing.
The
Yeah.
what?
The Oregon Trail.
Oh
The
no.
Oregon Trail.
I'm thinking
I
of
was
like
just kidding. I was
like
just
it was
kidding.
I'm thinking of like this specific like festival that I cannot think of. Like all the hippies were there. I don't know. But anyway, I'm thinking of that. So
Woodstock.
yes. Why was that on the tip of my tongue? And I'm just like, what is it?
I don't know
So
how that was put. My mind was like, she's talking about Woodstock.
What are the
19
hippies?
the answer is 1904, believe it or not.
I would not have guessed
I
that.
wouldn't have said that.
Okay. Why is it recommended to buy firewood locally? It smells better. It helps prevent pests and invasive species from spreading, or it burns blue.
The invasive species. I actually know that. So
Yeah, a lot of states, believe it or not, don't allow you to bring in outside wood. Like
yeah.
there's some states that, like, I know Michigan's one of them. Like they will not. They don't. I mean, I don't know how they regulate that because the campground I worked at, like they wouldn't let you bring outside wood in, but I saw people bring outside wood in all the time. So
Yeah.
they don't. I don't know if they had to regulate that.
As an addendum to that, though, I actually make it a point to wash my rug for that same reason when I pack up to make sure I'm not carrying bugs and stuff from one area to another.
Yep. Having
Yeah.
a dog is definitely that. I was literally just talking about that. He gets his bath after one, just it being the dander and stuff that gets on him, and that's another reason why we have an air purifier. But the dander that gets on him of us just like exploring campgrounds, and because I like more scenic places, we're always on trails and stuff, and then that coming in here is a no go. So yeah, the mat,
Right.
the dog, any furniture, especially like this and everything, gets sprayed down and wiped down because it's next to my door. So yeah, all
Yeah.
that gets cleaned.
Around what time do many campgrounds begin quiet hours? Early evening, around 10 p.m., or after midnight? Some of these are so silly.
I thought it was 10 p.m. usually.
Yeah. It's usually 10 p.m. If you're at been to campgrounds where it's 21 and up, and it has been midnight. But that makes sense.
Wow. Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
which makes
I
sense.
like.
I wish there was some that would, because I'm not ready to go to bed. Last Saturday we had like 9 people outside of our RV because we were celebrating that we passed our test. And there was a few people that had also
Right.
was in our class. We it was we was out here well till 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, dang, why is it gotta be quiet hours at 10 o'clock? We sitting there having a whisper, and it was just like frustrating because we wasn't ready to go to bed. None of us had like kids so it was like we was enjoying being adults. So it's like, why not? We ain't hurt nobody.
Right.
Okay, I think that's good
21 and
enough
up.
on the
So
trivia. Huh?
I said 21 up. Campground sounded.
It does. It sounds really nice. Um, one thing that I said I was going to address in the live is Miss E on TikTok. I'm not sure she's still on here, but she was talking about she's getting ready to retire, and she didn't know if she should get a RV or a destination trailer. I told her it depends on her lifestyle because destination trailers are meant to not really move. They're meant to be permanent or semi-permanent setup because of the way they're built. The frame is not meant to do a lot of flexing. It's not meant to make a lot of turns. They are really beautiful. I mean, I've seen two-story ones. They're huge, high ceilings, ceiling fans, all that. Like, I mean, spiral staircase. You have sliding doors. It almost looks like a modular home as an RV. You know, um, I think that for her, I don't know her. She never asked her what the lifestyle. She never responded about the lifestyle. Um, but the destination is only if you're not really going to move. They say you don't move it like once or twice a year. If you are more going to travel a little more and explore it, then definitely an RV. There's so many caveats. Do you want a fifth wheel? Do you want a travel trailer? Do you want something that you actually drive, or do you want something that you have to tow? Like, and then you keep in mind, if you want to get something that you drive, then what is your vehicle you're going to tow behind it, so that way when you get somewhere you have a way to get around. Because I see people parked here in class C's and class B's. Every time they got to go to the store, they got to pack everything up and head to the store. That would drive me insane. No, I would definitely need a vehicle.
I think that's the misconception too of when people want to get into RV life and we talk about it all the time when we're trying to create flyers and AI assumes we're talking about a big camper instead of like a travel trailer, which we all have. So that's like the biggest misconception of especially what I get is with people who haven't seen my RV, especially for work. They'll say like, "Oh, did you bring yours out for this trip?" And I'm like, "I'm literally here for a night. You think I'm about to pack all that up, hook it up to my truck, bring it out here, set it all up, unhook my truck, come over here, yo?" Like, and I think they think I have a motorhome where I can
Yep.
just put it on there, and I'm like, "But then what am I gonna drive? I'm not pulling my truck behind that motorhome." But I think it's like you said, it's different of what are you using it for. And I think when you said that, I was thinking about Kenny because they have a destination trailer in a sense, and they only move about twice a year. But his blue collar job is where they are in Texas, so it just depends. You don't have to get a travel trailer or a fifth wheel if you're gonna be stationary. Because I know I wouldn't. I would have a destination trailer and it stay still right there, and I'd probably build
Hmm.
I
a deck around it or
wish
something.
I would have did more. So I
Right.
didn't buy a truck, and I
It's
didn't
actually
plan on buying one when I bought it, but I was researching not necessarily about one so big or I would have a mobile home. That's like a double wide coming to the land. But who knows? I think I have a GMC coming my way maybe in the future. Out and explore with my RV, like hit the road
Yeah.
at some point.
You know,
I think before anything, you have to have a real honest conversation with yourself and see what it is you want your life to look like, and make sure. And definitely go to an RV show. That's the best bet before you pull a trigger on anything. Go to one of these RV shows and walk through there and think about, okay, if this is mine, am I going to use everything in this trailer? It's not okay. Maybe I can go smaller, or if I'm going to need this, what trailer has that, like washer dryer and things like that. I didn't think I was going to need a washer dryer, but I'm so thankful that I was able to buy one. Not a dryer. I only want a washer, but I have a washer in my rig and it fits like it was meant there. So yeah, I think I am also going to do a destination trailer, but I won't do that until I have my land, so it can be permanent. So yeah, I would tell her to think about how she's going to live and tour it before she pulls the trigger or anything.
I concur. Figure out, look at different layouts. The layouts they're coming out with now are they're so creative, and depending on what your travel plans are. Like, do you want to go to national parks, like big, huge national parks, Yosemite, Yellowstone, those type of things? The larger RVs really can't fit in those. You
And
really
then the
need a
travel,
smaller, yeah, you need
like
like a travel trailer or a
Shenandoah is
small
up
fifth
the
wheel.
mountain.
Right. You can do a small fifth wheel. They make some really nice small fifth wheels. And just you got to figure out, you have a lot of questions, a lot of things you have to figure out. And I will say this, and not now because I'm certified, but get an inspection before you buy. There's lots of things that people like. There's things I've known about RVs and worked in an RV repair shop, and the things that I learned in the inspection course itself, I was like, dang, I didn't even know that. Like, that's crazy that could happen. Like, and it comes more so with the roof, the things that people do to conceal roof errors, and people don't pick up on those things. Yeah, your roof might not be leaking right now. It's like, unfortunately, they say water to an RV is like cancer. It's slow to spread, but once it's spread, the damage is done. There's nothing you can do to do anything to stop it besides completely just fix it and remove it what you can. um get an inspector. They are a good inspector is going to be costly because you want your inspector to be thorough. I used to think, oh, an inspection is only like $400 or $500. No, for a fifth wheel you can pay anywhere from like $700 to $900. Some of them even more. Class A's are $1,200, $1,300. And that's because it's meticulous. We're like literally testing every single thing in that RV. Like, I had to climb underneath my RV. I found out we had bad leaf springs because I got underneath there and I looked. um I also had to get on the roof, had to fix some things up there. We're testing everything. I'm testing the emergency brake. I'm making sure that thing clamps down when it's time to pull that clip. You want to make sure that emergency brake will actually, when it breaks away, it sending the correct excuse me, amps to the
Good
from the
job.
battery. Yes, I had an amp clamp. I had to learn how to amp clamp. I had an amp clamp. I was like, oh, look at me.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to get into the fuse panel. I had to pull that thing out. I had to do a ohm testing. I had to do a what's it called, a DC test, the volts DC test to make sure there was
Hmm.
no voltage. I do a hot skin test. I know probably you know probably what hot skin is, Kiki, but
Hmm.
hot skin test is something that a lot of people don't know anything about. Did you know you can electrify yourself? Your RV can electrify itself, and you don't realize until you step outside barefoot onto the ground, and you let go of that. You hold that hand and you step your foot down on there. You can shock yourself because of either you have reverse polarity or you don't have a secure connection. You have something is wrong in your connection. So there's points I have to go through and check, over 175 points on my trailer that I went through. There's more, some have up to 500. So that's what I'm saying. These inspections are important because the wiring in your RV, there actually happened to be somebody here that their wiring was backwards. They didn't realize it until they did the hot skin test that they were receiving anything over 2 volts is definitely that RV is out of service. You need to get your wiring looked at. And I only say this because anybody that's new that's out here buying these RVs, if you get an RV between that's was the years between 2020 and 2023, chances are they're COVID trailers. They hired anybody that can hammer or nail into a wall to build these things.
Somebody
Huh?
just said that to me. Somebody just said that to me yesterday
Yeah,
about the 2020 to the COVID track. Just yesterday.
We have the
yeah,
same
Mine was a
construction,
2019.
yeah. So you got a
less
good one then.
material.
Yeah, they didn't have the materials, and they just still was trying to get them cranked out. And so sometimes you get bad wiring, and that's a fire hazard, you know. So just keep in mind those things. Definitely secure your investment because these things aren't cheap. Spend the money to get the inspection, and I say that too because 9 times out of 10 you can use that as a negotiation tactic. You don't have to buy brand new. Even if you go to RV shows, you don't have to buy brand new. CC definitely can show that you can take an older RV and modernize it and make it beautiful. Like she really did an amazing job on showing especially women how to do that. Um, and that takes a lot of courage because I don't have the courage to do that. But you don't have to buy brand new. So don't think you have to go and buy the most brand new. You can get an older RV. I just say try to stay within 10 years because a lot of campgrounds have a 10-year rule, and they won't allow you to park. So I'm off my soapbox on RVs, but I just figured like a little bit of RV education because guess what, sisters? This is our last live until after Labor Day.
Yes.
So before we close out, I know we're a little long, but I did want to say I want to do a video capsule. I'm gonna post a video, a clip of this, saying where we are, like what like in our minds, like where we are now and where do we hope to be after Labor Day.
I
And
love
then
that.
our first live, we're gonna come back and see what goals we checked out. So everybody list 3 goals that you have that you want to accomplish between now and September.
Okay.
So
Are we
whoever wants
doing
to go
that right
first.
now?
Yes.
Wait. I gotta be
Just
prepared.
whoever wants to go first. I like spontaneity. I
I'll
don't want
go.
to sound planned. I want it to okay, go ahead.
All right. So from now to Labor Day, I will have my first camp out. This is an off-grid camp out. And you said 3 goals, right? I will have signed up for National Black Farmers Association, and I am going to try to visit at least 2 campsites. One is in Michigan, and the other is in, I can't remember off the top of my head, but just market research. I want to do 2 supportive sisters who have campsites. They're up north. I want to do those 2. And then I want to connect with the Black National Farmer of America, and I want to have my first official off-grid campsite, glamp out.
Okay, so
I
go
guess
ahead.
I'll go.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, no, CC, go,
No,
CC.
we're both like, no, 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 you. Okay, 3. I want to hang out with one of my sisters. I know me and Alexis have been planning, and we're always on the different paths of where in that area. But I want to hang out with one of y'all. I want to pull my camper further than I've been going. So like the max I've been is like 4 hours, and I want to pull further than that. Um, one way, one way further than what I've been going, and I want to park at a national park.
I love that. Okay, so my 3, I am going to buy a truck to pull this guy. I'm going to learn how to pull this guy. So first we gotta get the supplies to pull it. The second is I'm going to pull it, and then the third is I am going to drive to one of you. I'm coming to the East Coast, so whoever's on the East Coast, I'm heading to you with my newly purchased truck. And once I learn how to drive it, because Amber's gonna help me, we're gonna FaceTime. She's gonna tell me how to
Right.
back this guy up, and I'm gonna come see one of y'all. So those are my 3.
Okay, I like that. All right. So my 3 are I want to have at least since we're do a launch of our business, I want to have at least had 10 appointments in these next 3 months. I know that's very low, but because we're moving around such, we got to give ourselves the benefit of the doubt. Probably going to be more than that, but I'm going to say 10 between now and Labor Day. That's service, that's repair, service, inspection, just anything for Clark's Mobile RV Solutions. I want to figure out a way to meet up with one of you ladies. Whether that's I'm driving my truck somewhere, I would love to do a camp out, but whatever. I definitely want to do that. And also, my final goal is to have a official Rolling with My Sistas meet up on the books for 2027.
Let's
Yes,
do it.
I'm here for that.
Yes.
I am here for that.
Forgot I was on mute. Yes, yes, yes.
Let's
I
do it.
love that. Amber, thank you so much for coming up with that idea. I can't wait. And we gotta get our other sister to do hers late at a
Yeah.
later date. And I can't wait to see what happens when we come back. We're all be in touch with each other, but I can't wait to see what adventures known and unknown will happen from now until then. That I am so excited.
Yes.
You always
Same.
listen to that sound when they're closing out the year on TikTok. And that's all, folks. It's 2025. Like the way we kind of just ended
Oh,
that, it sound like
Yeah. I mean, technically, because we're doing it a little backwards. Most people start their stuff this time of the year, but it's like I learned from last year. We kind of shut down in the summer and we did announce it, and we just picked right back up after Labor Day. So I'm like, why don't we just do a formal announcing? Like we're gonna go enjoy the summer, and whatever we decide to post. Anybody wants to send videos to post and rolling with my sisters, or I can give you the login if you all want to post your stuff on there. You can, but we're not doing any like lives or anything like that because we're gonna go live our life. We're gonna go enjoy and explore. That's what the summer's for. Your girls are gonna be out of school. I mean, Kiki, you probably got summer plans. Kiki, you probably got vacation plans. We got vacation plans. So why try to make it already, something that's already hectic for everybody's schedule, make it even more hectic. So I said, let's just formally just call this our season. We're ending season 2 of Rolling with My Sisters. Season
Sister,
2.
sister.
season 2.
We've started
wow.
we started season 2 with 3 and we're ending with 5 total. It's 2 new
Look at
sisters.
that.
And so I'm like, we're growing. We don't have to grow fast, but we're growing. And I love it. So that's why I said
That's right.
season 3, we're gonna end. I would love to end season 3 like right around Memorial Day. We can have a camp out. You know what I mean? That would be
Yes.
Oh, yes.
a whole camp out. So
That'd be
we
so
got to
cool.
make that happen on somebody's land. Whose land we coming to?
Right.
I mean, we
Come
got two
on.
options now,
We got
You're more than welcome, honey.
We
maybe.
might have to invite Megawatt though because we might need his supply.
Come on, Megawatt.
No,
Megawatt, are
he
you
would be nice. I
listening?
think he would be fun to camp out with. He has everything.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I just like I told him last time, I just need 24 hours in your camper to make some content.
There you go. Thank
When
you.
I
Look,
said
I
I
already
was
told him I'm already doing a mini inspection on his RV because I'm like I would love to see a class A and
mm-hmm.
like on his
I don't
level.
think
Like
I've ever been inside a class A.
girl, when I tell you when you come home, I'm gonna tell you this because I have been in a class A, just not as nice as his. When I went to a class A for the first time and came back, this was our other rig. I was like, I don't even want to be in mine no more. I don't.
That's
I
how I
want to be
feel.
back.
The girl that I keep sending y'all B, every time I
Yeah.
see her renovations on her camper, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like it gives me the momentum. But it's like when I did Esther, I wasn't living in it as I was remodeling it. So like with
Yeah.
Deborah, I'm in it and remodeling at the same time. And it's just inconvenient to like be out of commission of the bathroom while I rip it out because I want a new vanity and new shower and everything. So it's like every time I look at hers, I'm like, I would love to paint, but I live in here full time and I have a dog and I can't paint right now. So it's like
You're
trying
right.
to figure out. I think I'm gonna just have to, I don't know,
Yeah.
figure out something.
That's
Get
why
up.
you're gonna have a show and you ain't gonna have to do. You're gonna be making the money doing everybody else. Man, because you're gonna be on HGTV, honey.
One thing one thing I want to share with us before we end, I mean, I should have did it earlier, but have you all tried the Avon Skin So Soft as a bug repellent?
Oh yeah, my
Yeah.
mom swears by that when we were kids.
Like somebody was gatekeeping because I was just like, wait, that's a thing. I just
Yeah.
ordered it, and that's what I sprayed myself with. And yeah, I don't know if y'all saw me in the live this early. I was fighting for my life, and I sprayed myself. And now they're like, nah, sis, we over here. I'm like, what? It
I
really
might have to
works.
put
Oh
My
that
yeah.
in
mom
there.
did that all the time as a kid. People use it for their horses too, for the flies.
They have a store in
Wow.
Georgia, so maybe that can be one of the give backs for our Rolling Without My Sisters
We
give
should do
bag.
I
that for
love
pick up our
that.
seats.
They
Y'all
got the
all getting the
store in
ham.
Atlanta.
Um, anybody's family that does the Avon, so I can buy some because I want to
Do
support a
people
local.
still do that?
Yes.
I
They
think they do,
do.
but they have a
Yeah.
store that's in Georgia, like south of Atlanta. So next time I go back, I'll put in the
I remember
chat.
that was the thing when my
I might
mom
have to
was
just buy some
with.
off of Amazon. I know somebody's
I
putting their
yeah,
stuff in
I had
Amazon.
I had to do Amazon too, but I wish I thought of that, Amber. That would have been smart to be
Yeah.
supporting like an actual businesswoman.
Well, that's
Yeah.
one thing that was
But
like that's part of the goals for next year. I want to incorporate more like black owned businesses coming on and kind of like just talking to us and
yeah,
kind of especially women businesses. And so if we could get like a Avon representative, because she can make a killing with the
Oh,
info
absolutely.
sauce.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
real.
yes, yes.
Hey,
Literally.
can we
That would have been
shameless
that would have been
plug?
plug. We'd have had her name right here.
Shameless plug, especially with melanated camp out. I'm sure all of them would get
That
Exactly, exactly.
part.
See, I'm
That
gonna be
part.
honest. I know Cece's gonna be. She's probably gonna be freaked out when I say this. My goal for rolling with my sisters in like 5 years or so, 10 years, is to be like the melanated camp out, but the rolling with my sisters camp out. You know what I mean?
Wow.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I want it to be a network of women, regardless if you have a significant other or not, kids or whatever. But the goal is to have the woman involved doing
Yeah.
doing stuff. So, but yeah. But that's just my dreams of.
That's your yeah, I love
Love it.
that. I
We
love that.
love it.
But yeah, that way Cece can do some classes on interior decorating.
Like I said, when I watch B's videos, I'm like, ugh, I want to get
Girl,
back into
okay,
the
I know you. For you, you probably feel like that's everything. When I watch you do stuff to me, I feel like that's.
Right,
I'm like,
right. That's how I
I'm
what are
trying
feel.
to
you?
get back. I'm trying to
What is
get
she
back.
doing?
It's been so slow, and y'all know I have like a million hobbies, so it's like I'm constantly trying to find new places to put things, and now I'm like so into hiking. Merlot and I got new gear and everything, and I'm just like, I still need to finish my remodel. Like, what is happening? And I'm over here buying all the other stuff that has
That's
nothing
what
to
the
do
winter.
with my
But
remodel.
sis, that's what the winter's for. That's when you do the remodel stuff. In the summertime, you do all your traveling. The winter, you do all your
Ah,
remodeling and your
True.
maintenance on
yeah.
your RV. So that way, when the summer comes, you can be outside, and then So you got
Yes.
your remodel. You start getting the stuff that you want. So that way, when it comes to your remodel, you might not have. It might not take you as long to do it because you
Yeah.
have everything ready. You know what I mean?
You're so
That's
right. You're
smart.
so right.
Yeah. So but I know we need to wrap it up. It's been so great. It's been so long.
I
Yeah.
know.
We always say that, even though we're always in the group chat, but like seeing each other, we should do more
Yes.
FaceTime.
Yeah.
We're not going
Yeah,
live.
I think we
FaceTime with
should do
each other.
FaceTime. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we
Yeah.
should.
That's
We
what
want
she
to do
just posted,
FaceTime.
and she was like, "We need to do a late night." Alyssa's was like,
Yep.
"Since I missed everything, we need to do it after dark."
Yeah.
I
Look,
agree.
see, we're gonna talk about what's coming up for season 3. Definitely. Like we're gonna still talk about that in the chat and try to maybe get more of a, not set schedule because life is lifing, but at least maybe we'll do one like this in the middle of the day on the weekend, and then maybe like on a Friday night have like after dark, and then like maybe a Sunday type thing like we'll like alternate it. You know what I mean? So we got,
Yeah.
but yeah, we definitely do FaceTime. Be like, what you doing? What you doing?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I want to go buy some meta glasses because one of my sisters got meta glasses, and I said, I'm gonna need some meta glasses.
Yes, they are definitely a lifesaver. I love
And I
them.
like the way
I
she
So
just packed up on us, real cute and like, yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
that's what the life is about, right?
Right.
And
Yeah. I'm
that's
gonna
a
head out.
wrap.
Right, right.
yeah.
It's been nice knowing y'all. But we'll see you guys for season 3.
Season
Yes.
three.
I needed this, y'all.